Okay, so today's training is very special because everybody at some point is going to get stuck in their business. And over the years, I've been in network marketing since 2001 with the same company. And I see these trends and I wonder, why do people get stuck? Why can't they move forward? And how can I make that more simple in my mind to even ask myself when I'm stuck these questions? And I'm like, well, okay. So I've been saying, if some of you've listened to my trainings in the past, I have said this answer to this, and I'm going to get really clear on it today. I thought, what was I going to do for training today? And this is super, super important. So, there's three main reasons that distributors get stuck at a rank for more than 6 months. Sometimes it's a year. Sometimes it's 3 years, 5 years, longer than that. It's just stuck, with no growth or backwards growth. And what are the three reasons? And then what is the exact strategy to fix each one of these reasons? So let's get into that today. So, when you started your business, maybe it grew really quick. You sponsored your friends, your family, you did some presentations, poof, you're senior star, executive, silver, whatever rank it is. And all of a sudden you fall flat on your face, you stall. You're doing all the right things, you're following up, you're making your calls, you're sending emails, you're texting everybody, Facebook groups, doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing, but nobody in your team is sponsoring a new person, including you. You're just stuck. You're wondering what has happened. Is it you? Is it them? Do you have a crappy team? Do you live in an area with no money? Is everybody already enrolled in Young Living? I mean, what's the story with this? What's really happening? Well, friends, I got to tell you that it happens to all of us, and it could be at any rank. It might happen at the beginning for you. It might happen right before you get to the top. I mean, it doesn't matter. These principles will reflect throughout any rank. And I will also say that you probably will get stuck at multiple ranks. Just kind of how it goes, unfortunately. So there are three factors, and you have to know which one is causing your business to plateau or go backwards. And there are three, I call them the 3 T's of getting unstuck. So it's time, train, and thinking. I have not said it this way in the past, but I was trying to distill it down to even more simplicity. So the first question you have to ask yourself when you're stuck is, I phrase it first person. Am I putting enough time into my business talking to new people? A lot of times we get started in our business and we might be putting in 5 to 10 hours a week, and then we slip back to 1 hour a week or less. And then we have to think, if I've been stuck, how much have I really been working my business? A lot of times people think, oh yeah, I've been working like crazy. And you sit down and you ask them, how many new people did you talk to last week? How many people did you talk to new that was the week before, the week before? How many follow-up calls did you make? So the first question is, are you putting enough time talking to new people and working on your business? It's just true. Time in your business doesn't count. I know it sounds kind of contraindicative, but you got to talk to new people. And this time talking to new people doesn't count writing newsletters, doing presentations to people who are already in your team, creating welcome packets, coaching your team members, helping people use their products, attending seminars or conventions. None of this counts as time in your business. I'll get there in a second if you just follow me. So this counts as time. Presentations to non-members, people that are not already enrolled, meeting new people in your community, networking, going out there and meeting people wherever you like to meet them, networking groups, Starbucks, meet and greets, small business groups, whatever it is for you to get out there and meet people. You can also run ads to new prospects, people that are not already in the company. And then this also counts as time is to help your team enroll new members. So maybe you've got a new person and they're gathering their people together and you're speaking to a room of people who haven't been enrolled yet, or maybe half the room is not enrolled yet. This is a very important aspect to your business, is to work with people that are not enrolled. Many times what happens is people get their friends, family, and coworkers and local friends all enrolled, and then they're taking care of them and they get stuck and they don't have no time going into the new people. So my six-figure formula for this industry is to do at least 3 events a week to meet new people. You have to. So some examples are like, say, 2 vendor events, 1 presentation, 1 networking event, 1 vendor event, 1 class for your downlines prospects. Even you can kind of cancel that if you're doing ads. If you're doing ads and you're talking to 10 to 15 new people a week, I would still classify that as a new event. It's like breaking that up into a couple. You might even add in like a presentation somehow online or something like that if you're doing business online. 2 presentations a week and 1 lunch and learn. Whatever it is, 3 things a week consistently, not just like do that once every 6 months, 3 events a week every week to meet new people and expose them to the business and the product. This will get you to 6 figures. Now, it may happen fast for you, or it might happen a little longer. It may take 3 years. It could take 5 years. It could take 2 years, 1 year. I don't know. I really don't know. We can't say for sure. There's no guarantee on that. But if you're running your business and you're consistently consistent, you're going to have this influx of new people, which I do believe I hit that in the next slide. No, I don't. I thought I did. I was trying to go back to this, is that, and I do say it somewhere in the future here in these slides, is that 80% of your time should be talking to new people. I do say it coming up. So 20% is your management mode. So 80% of your time out there following up with new members, prospective new members, asking for referrals from members, that will lead you into networks of new people. That's why it's called network marketing. So 3 events a week to meet new people on a consistent basis is really the key to getting to that 6-figure plus income. So the second question you ask yourself when you're stuck. So the first question is like, okay, am I working enough in my business talking to new people with time? Am I putting enough time in? Or am I just complaining about not having a growing team and I'm stuck and I'm not doing the work? Well, maybe you're doing the work, and now what? Like, you're like, what? Why am I not doing? Why is it not working? So the second thing could be training. Are you saying something or doing something that needs to be trained? Like, you need a better skill. You're doing something incorrectly, or maybe you need to learn how to do something. So that's why the second one is training or skill. Maybe the first one is time. The next one is training and skill. So, you can ask yourself, am I saying or doing something incorrectly and I need training and improving my skills? So how do you know if it's this one? And this also can be associated with the next T, the thinking. But some of the indicators are that people aren't showing up to your presentations because you might not be saying the right words. You might not be inviting correctly or following up correctly to get them to show up. If you're getting a lot of think about it or can't afford, type of objections, if at the end of the presentation nobody's enrolling, you might need to work on your skills, get some training. If your team is not duplicating at all, nobody's enrolling people, your team is lazy in your mind, this also can be associated with the next T, but a lot of times we're not teaching in a way, or teaching our team in a way that is simple enough in order for them to be enrolling. They need training and they need skill. And if you don't know where to find people, new people to talk to, maybe that's part of this. Really a skill, it's like if you think in yourself, okay, I need to learn something new, then it's time to learn something new. You need skills and trainings. It's an example. If you were to become a surgeon, you'd go to school and learn how to do that. And unfortunately, there's no guarantee of income. You must invest in your skill training. And it's the same with this business. It's just the same as somebody who's a practicing attorney or a school teacher. You have to get the skills to come into this industry in order to make the type of income you want to make. And so even with these types of professions, there is no guarantee. Because a lot of people in network marketing, they say, well, I want to guarantee that I'm going to make this money. So for some reason, I have no idea why, but in this business, people don't think they need to invest into their skills. It's like they can be, they could be a couch potato their whole life and whatever, and then like getting hand-me-downs and hand-me-outs, and then they think they can just join network marketing company, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to be a millionaire, and they don't. Well, it's because you don't have the skills. That's the biggest lie in network marketing, is that anybody can do this. And I know some of you probably just threw tomatoes at your screen at me, but that is a lie. Anybody could do this. Just share the product. Just talk to people about it. Well, 99% of people that come into network marketing need the skills. They need the skill training. They don't have it already. It's a different skill set than what they've had for other things in their life. So then what happens is people try talking to their friends and their family without any new skills when they join their company, and they get discouraged with all the no's, and then they quit and say, oh, that doesn't work. That didn't work for me. That's a scam. That's not legit. Blah, blah, blah. And then they hop to another company and another company and another company, thinking that the grass is greener on some other side. Or they just quit all together and say, oh, that's just hooey, that's for special people or something. Because it really didn't work, because they didn't have the skills to make it work. You have to invest in your skills. I think this is more important than even like time, because if you have really good skills, you can spend a fraction of the time working in your business because you're so efficient and effective. So where do you find training? Well, unfortunately, it's everywhere. There's no excuse not to be able to find any. You're going to have to go find some. I can only spoon feed you so far, and yes, you're going to have to pay for some of it. I know that, I started my business in 2001, and by 2005, I had already invested $100,000 into the training, into myself and into my business. I don't even want to even know what it's now. I bet you it's close. Since then, it's been so long. It's probably close to $1 million, at least in 18 years, 19 years, or whatever it is. So, you might think, oh my gosh, but if I revealed my income to you, you would say it was worth it. I totally believe it was worth it. I have no regrets. When you can earn multiple six-figure income residually because of the work that you've done to make yourself more skilled and more desirable, more efficient, more attractive to prospects, more attractive as a leader, it's worth it. And you might need to pay for it. I paid a lot of money for it. I remember the first seminar that I did that I paid like $700 for, $1,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, and now I think, well, that's just the cost of doing my business. I didn't go to med school. Well, people that come out of medical school have an incredible amount of debt, or even now getting a bachelor's degree. So let's see. Let's see what we've got. Let's see if I can give you a number. The average medical school debt, just medical school debt in 2012, or actually by 2016, it's $197,000, $190,000. And 25% of the students carry $200,000 of debt when they graduate med school. I don't think that is their bachelor's. What is the bachelor's, debt? I mean, I know we can easily go into hundreds of $1,000s of that. The average debt for, let's see, loans, it's about $40,000. So yeah, outstanding average is $37,000 in the United States. So, when people come into network marketing and they don't have the skill into doing this, it's really, it's really incredible that people come into this business and think that they just wave their magic fairy wand and they're going to be making, hundreds of thousands of dollars in network marketing when they haven't had the skill or training that they would be able to get that. No way. So where can you find this type of training? It's everywhere. There's podcasts and videos, seminars, books, online courses, upline, crossline, industry professionals. I mean, there's training everywhere. Just ask somebody who, in your upline support, what training do they like? There's just a bazillion people out there that absolutely, offer some of the best training you can imagine. And also, it's funny about network marketing training is that this type of industry, because of the way that it is, it's going to make you a better person. I mean, it's so funny. My friend Tom Challen, the way he says he's also an industry professional. It's very, very good to follow him. And he says, I love this industry because it transforms people's lives. So not only do you just become a better business person, but you become a better person in network marketing. And so, it's everywhere, and you're going to have to pay for some of it. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of free stuff out there, but videos and podcasts and stuff only get you so far. But there's books. There's just tons of books. There's stuff that you can listen to when you're driving in the car. People say, oh, I have no time to read. Then get those audios running through your car. When you're driving, you can listen. Take time out. You have 10 minutes every day to read. Book out. How do you learn? And go with that. So that's my spielio on that. It's very important. There's a hard truth here is that if you want to get paid like a professional in this industry, you must become a professional of this industry. It's just a fact. And so, the third question going from that skill training is this other training. It's question 3. It's the third T, is thinking. So do you have some stinking thinking that is holding you back within inside of your heart or your mind? Do you have bad beliefs or limiting beliefs or mental blocks, things within yourself that are holding you back? So if your heart or head doesn't believe you can do this, you will never be able to fake it till you make it. It's like, whoa, it's true. People say, oh, just fake it till you make it. If you're thinking in your head as you're talking to your prospect, I can't do this, I suck, these products are expensive, they won't be able to afford it, these products are too expensive, I'm not sure if they work. If subconsciously a person is thinking that, it doesn't matter the magical words that come out of their mouth. They can't fake it to get that person to get started with them. I could say the same words as you or somebody else, the same identical words, and people would be attracted to me or to you, one over the other, because of what's going on within inside of us, within us. It's incredible. So here's a couple questions to ask yourself right now, and I want you to write down the answers as I go through these. This is very important. So, are you afraid to talk to new people? And this is only for your own answer. You don't need to answer me in the chat or anything like that. So, are you afraid to talk to new people, or do you hesitate? Do you believe? I want you to ask yourself, am I afraid to talk to new people? Second one is, do I believe I can lead a team? Do you believe that you're worthy of following? Ask yourself, do I believe I can lead a team? Ask yourself, am I worthy of having my own business? Or ask yourself, do I believe these products are worth the money? These are all of those belief, stinking thinking kind of questions. Do you think that network marketing is a legit business? Are you afraid people aren't going to think it's a legit business too? It's a twofold question there. Ask yourself, I am afraid if people tell me no. And so you're not talking to anybody because you're afraid of no. Ask yourself, can I do this? I know I could, if you feel the answer in your belly is like sour, you know it's not right. Ask yourself, what will my friends and family think about me doing this? Do you believe your company is saturated already? My company is saturated. A lot of you think that. Ask yourself, I will attract people who want to do this business. So do a mental check-in. If you've got a couple of these, you know you got some issues. And this is the reality of, we got to work on our beliefs and our thinking. It's a harsh reality, isn't it? So how do you know? I mean, you could answer it one way, but if you feel that pit in your stomach, that's the other thing. If you have any no's or you're any feelings that are like, or if your throat got tight on any of those, your thinking needs some tweaking. And that it's good news that we identify the stuff. So how can you find help in this area? Well, there's just a zillion authors on the topic of self-help and leadership and all that stuff. There's just courses, coaches. You can hire a coach. You can read books and podcasts and watch videos till your ears fall off. But I just wrote down a couple of them for you just to get started. These are all authors that have got books out there that you can go with. Mel Robbins has got 5-second rule. She's amazing. David Goggins is really about getting over yourself, and he makes a good point. He says that, we're soft. We've believed our own excuses, and we, everything is cushy, and we need to like harden up a little bit. Everybody's so, oh, touchy-feely, it's okay, kind of thing. He's a Navy SEAL. Bob Proctor, who helps you get your mind right and works through fears. He's a very, very, very good one. Very famous. Brendon Burchard is as well, and same with John Maxwell. Napoleon Hill is one of the godfathers of, I guess you'd say, success, right? Grant Cardone, he's got podcasts and books. Gary Vaynerchuk, Jen Sincero. I mean, just be prepared though. These people are going to be, some of them are going to be really up in your face because they know that you're limiting yourself, and they can do their best for you to help you get through that. And so that'll get you plenty started. There's 9 of them, right? So the harsh reality in network marketing is that you're getting paid what your skill and personal growth is at right now. So if you think of your paycheck, that's what your skill and your personal growth level is at. And my question is, are you happy there? If it's not one of these things, it's another or a combination of a few. So I know that is harsh, but it is reality. And a lot of people, uplines, even coaches, they just coddle their teams and say, it's okay that your husband left you 5 years ago and you haven't recovered and you've gone through bankruptcy and your dog just died. It's okay, it's going to be better on the next one. Like a lot of people will coddle people and their excuses. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, when really there needs to be a reality check with one of these 3 T's or a combination. So, let's just do a quick recap here. And this is a short training because it's very, in my opinion, profound. So whenever you're stuck, the first question to ask yourself is, am I putting in enough time consistently into my business? Especially talking to new people. And look back and think to yourself, what have I put in the last week, the last month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months, the last year? Have I been consistent in sponsoring? Go back and look at your numbers. Look at your numbers and then look at how many in your team are new. So that's the first one. Is there enough time in? The second thing is, and before I get into the second thing, You know, a full time in this business, in my opinion, is 20 to 25 hours a week. I know that there are a lot of people working more than that, but they're doing a lot of the 80% of what doesn't really matter in their volume. So part-time is 5 to 10 hours and full-time is 20 to 25 hours. So are you doing what you should be doing? Or are you just busy learning? Are you busy just reorganizing your office? Are you busy talking to your team on the phone that's currently enrolled and trying to get a bunch of people to do something that will never do anything? You've got to be talking to new people. It's the number one reason why teams get stuck, is that the leader is not sponsoring any new people anymore. The second thing is training or skill. So if you're putting in the time and you're talking to people and you're like, okay, I'm not getting anywhere, you know, like what's happening? My question is, you know, for you to ask yourself, do I maybe need some new skills? Do I need to improve my people skills, my conversational skills, my closing skills? Do I need to learn how to run ads? Do I need to learn how to teach a class or make a PowerPoint? Do I need to learn how to do public speaking? Do I need to join Toastmasters? These are all questions that fall under the train one. Is there a seminar I could take locally, or maybe I need to buck it up and travel and go do something? There's something magical that happens when you attend a live event. It just in immersion. It's so, you know, everybody wants to wait for their events to come to their hometown. Well, guess what? There's a 90% chance if it comes to your hometown, you're not going to go to it either. So get on a train, a plane, a car, a boat, whatever it is, and go to that event. It also raises your level of commitment to your business by getting the training, because your income follows your personal growth and your skill. And if your check is not where you want it to be, you got to work on one of these three things or a combination. So the second one is check in with your skill. Do you need to learn something? The third one is, okay, you're putting in the time, you think you're saying the right words. Is there a belief or some thinking that's going on within you that needs some work? Do you have some stinking thinking, as I like to say? Got to tweak the thoughts in your mind and in your heart. So, or the feelings in your heart, I guess you'd say. So if that's true, you know, there's a belief that is limiting you, and you're saying to yourself subconsciously something like, oh, these products are too expensive. Why would anybody follow me? I'm a horrible leader. I was picked on when I was in 5th grade, and I was bullied, and I had zits, or, you know, my husband left me, my wife left me, and I'm not worthy of having this business. You know, if you're saying that on a subconscious level, it's coming through consciously to your prospects. You know, there absolutely is coming through. So if and you can always tell what you're reflecting out by the objections you get. If you are hearing from your prospects, I can't afford it all the time, then you need to think about why you think they can't afford it. Or is this product too expensive that most people can't afford? What's your belief around that? If people say, I don't have the time to do this, and if you hear that all the time, then think about it. Are you saying you don't have the time to do this, or do you believe you don't have the time to do this? Or maybe you're projecting that maybe they don't have the time to do this. Who would have the time to do this, right? Or if you are thinking, my city is saturated, this area of the country is saturated, guess what? You're going to find 1 million people that are already in the company. It's just a fact. Because it's like, have you ever bought a new car and you get that brand new F-150 pickup truck in black that you really want, and then you're like, all of a sudden, all you see are black trucks, right? Or you want a red Corvette, and all of a sudden you see only red Corvettes. It's the same with this. If you think that your company is saturated, then all you're going to see are people in your company. So you've got to get through the block that you see repeating over and over in your business that is the thing that you got to work through as far as, you know, an internal block that's probably reflecting out. So there you go. So that's what I have for you today. It's a shorter training, but I think this is really important. It's my check-in every time I get stuck myself. Am I putting in the time? Am I needing some new skills? Do I need to get trained? Am I thinking something stinking? Are my beliefs holding me back, or my thoughts? And it's always one of these three. It's never anything else. It really isn't. The company never, you can't blame anything on the company. You can't blame anything on the economy. You can't blame anything on being saturated. It's always within ourselves. You know, I've met people in companies that were really old. I mean, like Avon and Shackley and Herbalife and, you know, companies like that, you know, Amway. And you hear of brand new distributors, even in those companies, going all the way to the top of a company that's really old. I'm talking old. And guess what? They had a mindset of they could do it. They didn't have the mindset that this company is old and that nobody would want to join. So there you go. Anyways, you guys, well, thank you for listening and coming on. I am going to wrap this up so that we can get this out to everybody and enjoy this training as well. Okay, you guys, if you guys are welcome. Does before I let you guys go, does anybody have any questions on this before I adjourn? We've just got a couple extra minutes. I was glad that this wasn't as long because I'm going to edit this, and this training will be in Diamond Factory Training for review. Diamond Factory Training is our library of skill training. So, oh, you're welcome, Sherry. I'm glad this was needed. Unfortunately, it is really needed, and a lot of people would rather blame other people. And what I was going to say earlier without spilling the beans was the people that show up, it says a lot. You're looking for, you know, to make yourself better. You're looking for, you know, breakthroughs. You're looking for the skills. And so I'm glad that you're here. That does set you apart. This webinar should have been packed. But I know people rest on their laurels thinking I'm going to put it on the rebroadcast. I used to have hundreds of people on this live before I put this out on the iTunes. And when I put it on the podcast, now I get thousands and thousands of downloads every week. But that's okay. However, they're not going to get all the training as if you're live. So I didn't put it on there. This is only live. So you guys get it. I give you kudos for taking the time out and being here and showing up, because you could have easily thought, oh, I'll catch it, you know, on the rebroadcast. Well, you might not unless you've got Diamond Factory Training. If in case you guys are wondering, diamondfactorytraining.com is where we have a library of there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of training in there since 2015. Different modules of different things, and this is going to be one of those things in there. And how to get unstuck, or the 3 T's, I don't know what we're going to call it, but it'll be in there. I ate something earlier that gave me some heartburn. I don't know what I did. So anyways, but if you guys are all good, I will see you next week. And this was Geraldine is honest with herself. You know, if you guys want to, you can put it in the chat. You know, let me know where you feel you need the help on the first one, the time, the second one, the training, the skill, the third one, the thinking or the belief. I'd be curious. I'm the only one that sees it. So I'm just curious if you guys, where you guys are stuck. I tell you, I mean, I usually, it's sometimes a combination of all of them. But this is definitely a good check-in. I just think to myself, is it my time? Is it my thinking? Is it my thought or my beliefs? You know, my thinking, to whatever, training. Yeah, time. Yeah, exactly. I see that. Oh, you guys, most of you guys, it's time. Oh, time. Hi, Dirk. Good to see you. Wow. Thank you guys for sharing all this with me. The majority winner is time. First is time, the second one is combination. So it's really incredible. Becky, 90 to 95, 95, 97 people already using oils. So the interest is lower. What would you do? I would find another way to, hi Kelly. I would find another way to find people. You know, a lot, because so many people have grown their businesses through vendor events. You might need to find vendor events like more obscure ones, more like street fairs or farmers markets versus the big convention center ones. And that is, you know, my encouragement with that. Also, look under rocks that won't be hiding those people. Like if you go to a biker, you know, expo, you might not have as many enrolled as a women's expo. So I would look under different rocks for people. If you go to a homeschooler event or a holistic expo, you're definitely going to have a high level. But if you go to something that's a little more, you know, the boat show, you might not have as many. Some cities are also more prominent with people who have, how do you want to say it, built their businesses through vendor events. I live in Minneapolis, and this is a very heavily built by vendor event city. My whole upline and crossline that is here, it built through vendor events. So that's just kind of how it is here. You just got to get creative. That's why I run Facebook ads, because I'm like, I'll just talk to those people through the internet. It makes it easier. Then I don't need to go pack up a booth anymore. So that was a fantastic question, Becky. So, okay, everybody, well, have a great week. I'm glad you learned a lot, and I hope this is helpful for you. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.